Hi everyone, and welcome to the cozy house of the Coles. Just to show you how to reupholster very simple benches. Whoa. But the reason I have to reupholster this bench, as you can see, it's a really nice yellow fabric already on there. That's because I already done it before. But during the move, and I'll show you during the move, it got ripped. So I have to go back and redo it now, and it's not something I can fix. As you can see right here, completely ripped, and you can even see this whole line. As you can see, the back is already done as well. So I'm hoping to tear this fabric off. This is just a black piece that goes under all the furniture pieces, just to hide imperfections of how you actually staple the lines. Hopefully I can save this so I don't have to buy another one, but if not, then I'll have to get another one. The tools that I will need today will be a simple staple gun. This one's from Stanley. It is light duty. If you get the hard core staples, it will be really hard to staple. The first time I did it, I thought that I would really need those thick staples, and if you ever used a staple gun, you know what I'm talking about. The staples are really thick, and it's really hard to press and staple at the same time, and a lot of times the staples don't go all the way into the wood, and then you have to hammer them in, so the whole thing doesn't look pretty. So just a simple staple gun. Fabric, and usually I go to a fabric store to get some, but if you've ever shopped for fabrics, you know how expensive it can be if you really find a good nice quality fabric. This is actually a curtain, believe it or not, but I don't know if you can see how pretty this fabric is. It's actually from Target as well, and I got it for $8.99. But hey guys, this is what I thought. It's 60 by 84, so I have, you know, at least 3 to 4 yards in this, and it is thicker fabric, so I will be able to do not only this bench but other projects versus buying like a yard of fabric for $15 a piece. So I've kind of figured out this trick, and if you've ever saw some really heavy duty curtains that might have been on sale, you can use that for fabric as well. So save money over there. I will need scissors as well, and that's to cut the fabric. Just a little bit of a more heavier duty and bigger ones. I'm gonna use these pliers, and I don't know if you can see, but the nose of these pliers is just very thin. And also a screwdriver, like a flathead. I know this is a cross, so don't know if I'll be using this or not, but a flathead would also work, helping you lift those staples out so that you can do your fabric. But that's it, so let's get started. I'm so excited you decided to join. So as you can see, I already took off the whole fabric piece, and you can see that the staples, some of them are sticking out, so be careful when you do take the fabric that you don't hurt yourself. I was not able to save this black fabric, but it's okay. It costs like $1.50 for like several yards, and you can do that later. So the next step we're going to do is use these pliers that I got, and we're going to take out these staples. Just make sure you drop them where you can see them, so because I'm working kind of on the carpet, it's not a really messy project, and I don't want anybody to step on it. As you can see, I already had a pad on it. If you just had a board like this one, you would just have to buy a foam piece depending on what thickness you want, and then measure it and cut it, and then of course glue it to the board so it sticks. As you can see, it is glued to the board. So once the back is clean of staples, I'm actually going to go ahead and measure my fabric. This bench is more for like decor, that's why I really picked this fabric. But as you can tell, it's very pretty. It has like these silver and gold pieces. But it is pretty thick. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna lay it over my bench, making sure that I have at least 2 inches to go underneath the bench, and I'll show you how I laid it down. So you wanna have at least about, I'd say about an extra 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches that you have that will go underneath and that you will fold nicely. And as you can tell, my fabric has like a little bit of lines, so I'm probably gonna have to cut it and then flip it on the other side. Maybe put something over it like a t-shirt or something, and then iron it so I don't have any kind of wrinkles. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it and iron these lines out so that it is straight before I staple it. So what I did is I went ahead and laid it the way I want it. Make sure that it's straight. And if you have any kind of designs on your fabric, make sure that it's aligned, because once you start stapling, it's going to be crooked. So since I do have some gold and silver thread and it's almost like lines that go up and down, I want to make sure that it's straight. So I kind of straighten it to the way I need it to make sure that it looks straight and not crooked. Kind of soften it up and make sure that on all the corners you have about 2 to 3 inches, and you just check on all sides just like that. And I'm going to push you guys a little bit further out so you guys can see what I'm doing. Make sure that it's straight. So this side right here, as you can see, I already have my staple gun prepared. I'm going to go ahead and fold this side so it looks nice, and it also creates a double layer of fabric for you to staple, so it's going to be a lot sturdier. So I'm going to go ahead and press the staple gun and staple. Make sure you don't pinch yourself when you do this, because I just did. But yeah, this staple pushes right in, so it looks very nice. So that kind of gives you a middle ground to work off of. And I'm going to go ahead and continue on stapling along that line. So I'll show you the back portion of how I stapled it. So just like this, I folded it over. That creates a double fabric for you to staple, so it's more sturdy, and it's going to be more, it's going to last longer after all the uses. So once you're done with that, make sure you lay it down and straighten it out again. And we're going to do the other side, and then after that we're going to do the corners. You guys there? Stay with me. So I stapled both sides now. Our cushion is coming together. That side can be a little tricky because I want to make sure that it was straight for you guys. And for me, I don't want my bench to look lopsided. So I'll show you the back. So now it's kind of safe to kind of turn it over and kind of mess with the corners because you already stabilized the sides, and you don't have to worry about the fabric moving around as much. Alright, so here's the challenge. The corners are very challenging, especially depending on how thick or thin your fabric is. Mine is a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit easier to work with. Sometimes if it's too thick of a fabric, it's really hard with the corners because you want to make sure that it's straight, not only here on this side, but also on this side. At the same time, you want to make sure that it's tight enough and it's not wrinkly when you pull this. You see all these wrinkles, so you want to make sure that all the corners are tucked in nicely. And so the way I did this one was I folded it underneath, and then this pocket came across just like this, and I'm going to go ahead and staple this corner, all these just like I did right here, and then the top, of course, and then I'll fold this over like a present, so I have extra fabric here as well. And so the challenge with this is to make sure that both corners are the same. You don't have too much give right here. as well as right here. And then you want to make sure that it's the same kind of pressure that goes all the way across here. So that's the challenge. Once I finish that corner, I will show you. All right, you guys, all done with all the corners, all the sides. This is kind of what it looks like. When I flip it over, you could see that it's snug. You don't have to do this thing, but in case if you ever do take it off in front of people, well, you wanted to show off how you did the piece, this is actually a proper way of doing it. Is actually putting this black piece on top and gluing it, or you can staple it if you want to. I just didn't like the staple showing through, so I used glue, hot glue, to do that, and then it stuck very well to the fabric. So as you can see, whole bench is completely done, and I will give you a close-up look of how it looks. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. I'm so looking forward to doing different other projects with you. And as always, create culture, be you. Love you guys.